Welcome to Troggy Trog's Let's Play Dungeons and Dragons Online. Okay, well, we're back out here in the Cerelean Hills. I wanted to give you a little bit of a vantage point here to get an idea. Where that beacon of light that's shooting up is the harbor at Stormreach. And we're out here in this kind of wild, private instanced wild wilderness area here. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool little area, you know. It's a lot of fun if you're low level and don't, you know, if you
The
want to
road
step.
continues east into territory controlled by hostile Grul tribe orcs.
If you want to step off the beaten path, so to speak. And here's a couple guys here we can kill. Now, what I did between the last quest and this quest is I got 400 Slayer, which is the maximum you can reach. And then I also got the last two rares that we needed. We had 5 of 7 last time we were out here. So, and another really cool thing I did that I just didn't even think about until just recently, which I should have just thought about, is I turned in some things from my red bag here, my small collectibles bag, in the harbor. There's different collectors throughout the harbor marketplace and each one of the houses that will collect things, and they have now a barter UI system that pops up. It used to be where you would have to turn it in and they would give you like random stuff. Now they actually give you ooh, another invisibility potion. No, they don't give us invisibility potions, but what they do give us is some cool stuff. So I'll show you real quick. I kind of went through my cookies here and got rid of a few in the bank. Just banked them away for now. Some more of the powerful ones put in the bank for later. I kept a few of the and also turned in some of my red bag coins, copper coins for the festivals. And I got a stone skin cookie, which is really nice. It's a 15-minute 10 DR type of thing that gives you 10 points of DR per cash level. So it's basically cast at level 15, so I think it's 150. It may cap out like around 120, but either way, you get a lot of hit points basically that are kind of like temporary DR hit points, so they get absorbed before you start taking damage. Then I've got a couple jump cookies. I did get this fire shield one. It's pretty neat. I'll keep a hold of these sunburst ones because we'll be doing some undead quests in the near future, and they're nice on undead to use those if I remember to use those. We got another disintegrate and another Medusa stone cookie that's never been that helpful, and the prismatic spray one I haven't tried to use yet, but it'll be fun. Red fangs, we got these two potions. They're like little +4 to your stats. They don't stack with like your enhancement bonus from, let's say, dexterity boots if you have the cat's grace, but you know, it's still 2 points better. So if we're having trouble with some rogue traps, you know, doing some traps, we may need to drink these potions. They don't last very long, only 5 minutes, but you know, we have a tough trap. But here's the thing I wanted to show you. I got 4 of these level 10 heroism pots from turning in a few collectibles I had a pretty good supply of. I had about 30 of these. I think it was the Pages research notebooks. And you turn it in, you get that. And then the other one was the Luster Restoration pots, which I've been needing and recently could have used in a quest. Now I've got some, and I got those for strings repair beads. So if you don't know about those, in the harbor, there's collectors in there, and it's worth going there. Alright, so like I said, we capped out it's 400, it's the max slayers out here. I wasn't shooting for a 400, I would have been happy with 200, but I had 350 some before I got the last rare to actually spawn for me that I needed, so I just kept farming it. It only took like 10 minutes, but you know, not a big deal. Anyway, let's start the next quest, guys. The captives. Oh, and one other thing before I start. Enhancements. I am 1 action point away. We have 10 unlocked in this tree. If we get 1 more point, we can get the intelligence to damage. And we're almost there. We're like literally, gosh, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches on my screen here. I'll need it to get to the next rank. So we'll get another action point. Anyway, let's start the captives. This quest has got a kind of a tough end fight. We'll see how we do. Shouldn't be that bad, honestly, but you know, one of those things we need to be aware of that we might be pulling out
Orcs
some of these
patrol
cookies.
the road ahead. The Grul tribe outpost that holds the captives must be nearby.
Of course, this is only on normal, so it might not be too bad. But I know, like, when I run this on Elite solo, even with a TR character, the end fight can kind of be... It's not terribly hard, but if you're not, if you're not ready, it could be, you get yourself in trouble. Oh, look at that! Oh, 375 for killing the wolf for the monster manual. I'm literally, like, probably 25 XP away now from that next rank. What does it say down there? 34. Wow. That's awesome. Double check something here. There's a guy up there sometimes. Oh well. Not a big deal. Well, I really like these quests, these like low-level quests. I just don't know. I like because I think they use different designers. The quests just feel they feel a little bit more to me like a pencil and paper type, dungeon crawl. We'll say like like the old school, graph paper type dungeon crawls. Now this is an outdoor one, but it does kind of remind me of that. But as they've gone along, a lot of the game, not all the quests, but a lot of the quests in the game have kind of gotten more, I don't know, MMO-ish rather than Dungeons and Dragon-ish, if that's such a comparison. But to me, I mean, in my opinion, playing these games, but also I like the old narrators. I like the old sounds in this game. There's sometimes a rare down here. I'm gonna go check, see if he's up. I don't think he is. Oh, he is. Yeah, he is. Uzo! It's Uzo! I really shouldn't let this guy fight him because he could wreck his gear. I'll just shoot him with my bow until he's dead. We can just kite him around. You will not get me, Uzo! Uzo needs a brother named Buzo. But even like the music and some of this isn't so much music, but it's like an ambient kind of noise. Like there it is. That's the action point. I need it. Problem is I can't spend that here in the quest. It would be so nice if I could. If you go to we have the 2 action points, but it won't let us spend it. We have to be out of a quest to do it. But that's not bad. We're still level 4. Ooh, flurry leather. Yeah, double strike chance. Yeah. Not that great. Not that great. I think we're gonna use up these cookies, the ones in my right hotbar, just to get rid of them.
The Grul tribe orcs must have taken over this riverbed only recently.
Come on. Just acting funny here. Let's see if I can turn them on and off here. Come on, dude. Wow. I don't remember having to do that last time I made him rage. Actually, hard target guy. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can turn that guy to stone. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, you. Grommisk, you're just a little too tough, dude. Like, you're just too awesome. But this is also really good for my kind of character, the ranger type character. Flaming battle axe. That's not bad. 2 to 8 fire damage. Hey, look, we got a. I think it's the first time we've got one of those chests. So these orc scouts aren't too bad. When these barbarians come along, like this guy. There he is. Yeah, use a cookie auto. Turn it to stone. That's cool. Yeah, these cookies are pretty OP. Alright, is that chest look like there's that other one? Nope, okay. I did a pretty good job with the water in this game. The graphics seduce. I don't know what.
The Grul tribe
engine that
has
is.
transformed the two islands in the center of the
It's not
river
bad looking,
into a
yeah.
fortress.
It's not
The
as
orcs must be holding the captives at the very heart of the complex.
okay, so the captives are up there, up above us there. But I was just saying, like the water isn't as I don't know what you'd call it. And like Skyrim, it's the default vanilla water is very.
Somewhere atop the smaller island, a deep orc voice barks orders. It must be the orc commander directing his troops.
Darn it, TM! You keep interrupting me. Anyway, I was looking at one of my old Let's Plays of Troggy Trog, some of the earlier ones that were unmodded from Skyrim, and anyway, I was kind of like taken aback because I had forgotten how bad the water looks like in the old Skyrim game. There's a disintegrate. Didn't do much to him though. But anyway, yeah, I use a Pure Waters mod in that game. Oh, gold coin and another one of these. That's good. So yeah, Skyrim's actually, let me go ahead and use this if I can. Like I said, I'm just trying to get rid of these things. Take up inventory spaces. I just don't have inventory slots right now. I have a whole tab full of just potions and cookies, and that's usually I usually don't carry that many potions on it. But I don't have ship buffs and stuff like a lot of my other characters. So anyway, getting back to the Skyrim thing, the water, like this water is more glassy, like more liquidy looking, you know, like it's very just looks more natural. And then Skyrim's default vanilla water. That's not to say Skyrim's graphics aren't good. I mean, the water isn't that great on the vanilla game, but you know, the rest of the game looks pretty awesome in comparison to this game. They do some things, like the shadows are really good in this game too. I mean, not bad at all. There's a little collectible up here, rubble. These collectibles are really, you know, for your first time playing through without you know, obviously not a game, a server where you have other tunes or characters to rely on. This is these little collectibles are actually worth their weight in gold. Let's see if we can get him to rage up again. So I'm gonna turn my targeting off and see if that does it. I have to literally target him for some reason. I don't remember having to do that every time. Like sometimes it bugs out, but this is weird. It's like it's all the time now. This guy is just a powerhouse. Now he is starting to take some damage. You know, we're starting to see that now. Like there were several quests where he just seemed impervious. You know. Let's see what this prismatic spray does. Well, maybe not on these guys, but on the next batch. Got this
A crumpled figure lies inside a nearby cell. It must be one of the captives.
We'll clear everything out and then we'll talk to the captives. Make sure we got all this other stuff here first. Wow, this is a lot easier than the only real tough guy is going to be. Oh, poster of restoration. Does that stack with the ones I already have? Yeah, it does. I had 15 of them. Now I have 16. That's cool.
A captive lies inside the nearby cell.
This one didn't say that, did it?
You see a captive inside the nearby cell. Judging from the clothes, it must be Lady Azdel.
Oh, we can say Lady Azdel. Ooh, ooh. +2 natural armor. Alright, let's look at our inventory real quick. Yeah, fortification. I wonder if I really need... Let's spot +1 and move silently. I probably don't need to move silently that much right now, so maybe we should wear that one instead. And then we'll put that one in there. We'll swap that down to here. Because anytime you can get an increase in your armor class, you know, now we got a 21 armor class. I'm just trying to see if we have anything else. Let's see, that's protection. And I decided not to wear the what you call it, the belt, since this is my false life item. For now, I think we'll stick with, you know, the way our gear set up. Eventually, I want to find a better helmet and a better necklace and get a trinket. We don't have a trinket yet. All right, so one more of these. Let's go ahead and wake all these wakey prisoners. Where am I? The orcs captured me. Now these guys, you can't... They're like NPCs that you can't really do much, but they are CR4. But you can't really like control them like a hireling, you know, they don't get a bar. So... But they're basically all casters, which is kind of cool. One thing we want to do is, before we fight this guy...
You freed Lady Azdel and her bodyguards from the orcs.
It's like... See, because they're going to get aggressive. Now, if they get knocked down, we don't lose. I'm going to bring this guy back here. There's a reason. I want to make sure I get... There's some breakables. I want to make sure I get those before we sick all these guys on them. I should have checked the conquest chart. We might already have it. There, so let's bring him back now. We're good now. Gravnock, give me your band. I must have your band. Oh, I bluffed him.
With Grul dead,
yes.
The tribe's plan to ransom captives taken
poor
from
Lady
Cerelean
Azdel
Hills has
got
been
smacked
ended.
down there. Wake up! What? He knocked me out! Alright, so that wasn't too bad. I wasn't sure about the ransack. I already had it, apparently. I seem to remember like having to get those on a higher difficulty. Yeah, dude! I demanded it and he gave it to me. That's the first time that's ever dropped for me in this quest. The very first time ever. I've run this quest a zillion times. You know, leveled up TRs and alts and permadeath characters and everything else, and that is the very first time, dude. Dudes. Peoples. These master killer kits. Funny. I can't believe that. It's awesome, guys. Gravnock's band. You saw it here. I got Gravnock's band. That is like a big deal. Now it's kind of like, well, shoot. I really like the natural armor too. Now I don't need the resistance cloak because I'll be wearing this, and this is nice because it gives you DR3 cold and fire. And I recently just switched my boots off that had the cold, so I think I'll put Gravnock's band here. I'm gonna lose the fortification for a little bit. Maybe what we'll do is we'll switch this here, and we'll just lose the armor class for now. I really like this armor class ring though, the natural armor, but fortification is more important, honestly, than that. So let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Okay, so yeah, it works out pretty well. Just looking at some of this armor and stuff we got here. Yeah, they gave me 2 different healer kits in this quest. Or I guess one of the other ones was from the rare guy outside. Alright, so what we don't need is this cloak now. We don't need that. It's a nice cloak. And a level 3 plus 2 resistance cloak. But we got Grab Knox Band. Woot woot. And you'll see, that used to be a really super nice item, honestly. It's not as good now because of the ship buffs and the power creep in the game, and with the crafting, you know. But back before all that stuff, that was like one of the best items. I remember people wearing that, you know, probably all the way up to about level 10. You know, just it was such a nice item. You know, level 8, level 10. You know, it was hard to beat. Because most rings were just a +2 ring or a +3 ring. This gave you a little DR for resistance wise. So I was going to look at the character sheet. So we got the 3 here, and the fire resistance here. So that's not bad. And we'll have to, you know, we got to get our will save up, and then maybe get a wisdom item or something. That's kind of low, but we haven't had too many problems with will save so far. You know, they're landing a few things on us, but not too bad. Hey, check this out! This guy respawned. Huh, that's funny. Oh well, way to go, Grommisk. He's on it. Well, we got that quest done. We can get our action point exchange for our intelligence to hit. And I think the next quest we're going to do, since we got a little extra DPS now with our intelligence to hit, once we spend the points, I think we'll go on the Cobalt Assault next, you know, before we start some chains. So let's go ahead and finish it out. There's Pearl Drumling. Yes, I did free Lady Azdel. Oh, what if the orcs attack her again? That's funny. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Ooh, a poison short bow of Shatter Mantle. Slow burst. The Scimitar's got good crit range. I think we'll take it.